Hey nerds, Israel is committing genocide in Palestine and using American taxpayer money to do it. So here's my week 1 NFL picks. Boop, boop, boop. Philly wins at home against Dallas because that's what they always do. And Dallas just traded Micah Parsons. They would have still lost, but now they're definitely for sure losing. I have LA beating the Chiefs. The Chargers pretty much never beat Kansas City. Kansas City has a rookie left tackle, and the Chargers have a strength at their pass rusher position with Khalil Mack and Tuli Tuipulotu. The Chiefs find a way to win games. I don't know if they're with the refs. I'm probably going to be wrong here, but that's what feels right to me. That's what I can justify, so I'm picking the Chargers. Atlanta swept Tampa Bay last year. They won 2-0. Tampa looks like a team that struggles to contain Kyle Pitts. Atlanta will be starting a new quarterback this year. Instead of Kirk Cousins, they got Michael Penix. I just have a hard time seeing how Tampa Bay is going to beat Atlanta if they lost to them both times last year. Cincinnati against Cleveland. AFC North is always kind of a mess. You never really know how these games are going to go. Joe Flacco will be starting at quarterback for Cleveland, and he doesn't have a great record against Cincinnati. So I'm picking Cincinnati, and I think their offense is going to just be way more stable. Indianapolis, looks like I'm in the minority here. They're starting a new quarterback, Daniel Jones. The Indianapolis is much better on the offensive defensive lines in Miami. At least that's what they look like to me. The Dolphins, on paper, look like they should be able to score a bunch of points, but they really struggled at times last year, even when Tua was healthy. I'm picking Indianapolis at home. Raiders at Patriots. Personally, I think the Raiders have a much more impressive roster. The Raiders are all-time 5-12-1 in Foxborough Stadium. The last time Pete Carroll and Mike Vrabel coached against each other, which looks like the only time they've coached against each other, Mike Vrabel's Titans won in overtime by 3 points. Just picking New England because of the home field advantage. Arizona at New Orleans. New Orleans looks like it's going to have a rough year. This will be Spencer Rattler's first season as a full-time starter. He got some starts in last year. Didn't go great for him. Arizona's actually pretty good. They should be able to score a bunch of points with Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray as long as they're able to stay healthy. Pittsburgh against the Jets. I want to see the Jets show they can be competitive before I start picking them to win any games. When you have a kind of a new quarterback with New York, it's safer to pick Mike Tomlin because the Steelers find a way to win these games. They get defensive touchdowns. They block field goals. Steelers are pretty good under Mike Tomlin. New York at Washington. I just think the Commanders are better. This should be a relatively good game. I think Russell's a pretty good quarterback, Russell Wilson. But Jaden Daniels is really good and Washington's really good. I'm picking them at home. Carolina, I think they're really bad. So I'm going to pick them to lose almost every time. Jacksonville should be able to beat Carolina at home at least. Tennessee, I also think they're really bad. They're starting a rookie quarterback. They weren't very good last year. I don't see what major changes they've made to become better. I like Bo Nix a lot for Denver. I like Sean Payton a lot as a coach. I think Denver wins this easily. San Francisco in Seattle. Seattle has a pretty good roster, and that's a tough stadium to win in. I think if George Kittle can stay healthy for San Francisco, then the 49ers should be able to win this game. However, the 49ers play this year will depend on how healthy they can stay. That's kind of been their MO. We'll see how Sam Darnold looks in the Seattle offense. They're starting a new quarterback, and they have a new head coach as well. Detroit and Green Bay. Green Bay's pretty good. Detroit looks really, really good, and they tend to win these games. I think Jared Goff's playing quarterback better than Jordan Love. Houston and LA. This is one of the games I'm less sure about. I think Houston as a road team's a little better than most road teams. The Rams are very solid. I kind of just picked the Texans because I think they have a good defense and they should be able to score points if they need to. Don't feel very confident about that one. either way. Baltimore against Buffalo. These teams played last year, and Baltimore whooped their butt. Buffalo had a hard time stopping Derrick Henry, even though he's older. He ran for over 7 yards a carry and then got about 200 yards on the ground. I don't see what Buffalo's done to be able to stop Derrick Henry. And if they can, they won't be able to stop all the other Ravens weapons, like Lamar as a runner or Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely. Minnesota at Chicago. J.J. McCarthy will be starting at quarterback for Minnesota. This is his first time playing in regular season NFL football. Last year when the Vikings were beating Chicago, they had Sam Darnold, who worked very well in that offense. Caleb Williams has played for a year of NFL ball, and before then, Caleb still had more snaps than McCarthy did when they were both in school. So I think Caleb's just a much more experienced quarterback and will be less likely to make bad mistakes. Chicago also has a lot of weapons, so I think Caleb's going to have to really try to suck hard in order to lose. They got Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, Roma Dunze. I just don't see how Caleb finds a way to lose this game. Anyway, we'll see how bad these picks are after the week.